Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. So I'm back with part 3, going through the 896 pages of the discovery document on Stephan Sterns. Alright, and yesterday we stopped right here. So we are up to interview with 12-year-old redacted. On February 29th, 2024, at approximately 15:32 hours, I conducted a digitally recorded sworn interview with Redacted in a conference room at Redacted. Before speaking on the incident, I qualified that Redacted understood the difference between telling the truth and lying, which she did. The following is a synopsis of her statement. Redacted told me she had recently become close friends with Maddie and that they shared 2 classes in common. She stated that Redacted and Redacted would know Maddie best, and they both told her things about Redacted, including her mention of wanting to run away when she was 13 years old and to build a house in the woods. Redacted recalled how Maddie would seem pretty sad sometimes, though she noted that other times she seemed happy, particularly at school. Redacted did not note any behavioral changes, nor did she discuss depression or S with her. A copy of this interview has been placed into evidence. Interview with 13-year-old Redacted. On February 29th, 2024, at approximately 16:15 hours, I conducted a digitally recorded sworn interview with Redacted outside of her residence located at Redacted. Before speaking on the incident, I qualified that Redacted understood the difference between telling the truth and lying, which she did. The following is a synopsis of her statement. Redacted stated that she had known Maddie, who she calls Redacted, since 4th grade, maybe Maddie. She described Madeline as her best friend and stated that they shared everything together. Redacted told me that Maddie and her mother would frequently fight. She described Madeline's mother as bipolar. Additionally, she described Madeline as bipolar as her behavior, and that she was taking unknown medication for ADHD. Redacted told me that Maddie stopped taking her medication on Valentine's Day, but for an unknown reason. Redacted described Maddie as nice, funny, and caring on her medication, but snappy when she was off medication. Redacted told me she did not notice Maddie going through a depressive phase, but that Maddie said she was going through one earlier in the year. Additionally, Redacted did not show any interest in wanting to hurt herself or anyone else. Redacted stated that Maddie was upset at her birthday party because she advertised it well, but that not many people showed up, nor did many bring presents. Well, you have to figure she's 13 years old. When you're a kid, you're young, you like a lot of friends to come and you like a lot of gifts, so it's definitely different when you're younger. Redacted recalled how Maddie had a crush on Redacted in school and that she asked him for his phone number. Redacted told me that Maddie would try to talk to him more over the phone, but that he did not respond. Redacted told me that Maddie had two previous boyfriends, Redacted, who was expelled for breaking another child's elbow, and Redacted. Jeez. She described both relationships as over distance and a lot of texting. Redacted told me she was not allowed to have social media, but that Maddie's YouTube channel was Redacted, which she showed me. Additionally, Redacted showed me Madeline's Discord. So yeah, she did have social media. It may not have been that Mom knew much about it, but she obviously did. Redacted emphasized that Maddie's mention of living in the woods was only if World War III were to happen. She stated that she did not ever notice any bruising on Madeline, but noticed how she occasionally came to school with red makeup on, which made her look like she was crying. Redacted told me that she got to Redacted every weekend, but that she did not ever stay the night because of her parents' own rules. That doesn't make a lot of sense, that sentence, but okay. Redacted told me she met Stephan on one occasion, even though he and Redacted's mother had been together her entire life. Redacted stated that he recently moved out of the residence for an unknown reason, and when she asked Maddie why he did, she ignored the question. Redacted told me that Maddie and Stephan were very close and that they would communicate frequently. Whenever she asked Madeline about it, she said they just had a close relationship. Redacted told me that she received 2 pictures of Stephan that Madeline had sent her. She described them as screenshots that Maddie appeared to have taken during a time when they were FaceTiming. However, Redacted was not able to locate the photos. Redacted told me that Madeline typically got her menstrual cycle 2 days before she did, except for last month when Maddie got hers a week or two after Redacted got hers. Redacted told me they did not have a conversation as to why her menstrual cycle was late. Redacted believed Maddie was a virgin and that she did not ever see or hear anything to the contrary. Redacted stated that Madeline's mother was never freaking out, and she thought it was weird that she said that she dropped Madeline off to school when initially Stephan said that he did. Redacted was shocked when she saw the news about Stephan's arrest, though she said that the thought crossed her mind once that Madeline had gone missing. Redacted noted how she would always receive messages in the morning from Madeline, but she did not on Monday, February 26th. That should be 2024. It's another mess up there on the typo, which alarmed her. She said that even when Madeline would oversleep, she would still receive messages. Redacted thought something had happened when she did not receive anything from Madeline. A copy of this interview was placed into evidence. Yeah, her friends were noticing some stuff, but, these are kids, middle school kids. They don't understand a lot of that stuff. I mean, heck, if adults are missing it, imagine kids. Okay, and here is looks like a suspect report on Stephan Michael Sterns. General investigation, his date of birth. Oh, Lord, he's got the same birthday as me. That's awful. He's 37. Okay. Again, just some generic information. All right, and here's some information on the towing of his Lincoln. On Friday, March 1st, 2024 at noon, I, Detective Letitia Davella, facilitated the towing of a silver Lincoln MKZ bearing the Florida tag from 1551 College Park Business Center Road, Orlando, Florida, to 2500 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida, which is the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I met with Ace Record Driver at the ESST building where they collected the silver Lincoln, which was secured within a vehicle bay on a flatbed tow truck. I followed the tow truck to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, where the vehicle was turned over to crime scene investigator Shia Janik. This concludes my involvement in this case. Okay. All right, here's another incident report. On February 27th, 2024, at approximately 1540 hours, I, Detective El Acosta, responded to Osprey Park, located at 5100 West Town Center Boulevard, Orlando, Florida, to assist in a missing juvenile investigation. The following is a synopsis of my involvement in this case. On February 27, 2024, Detective M. Tagler and I responded to Redacted to make contact with Stephan Sterns and Jennifer Soto, I'm going to assume. Detective Tagler and I conducted digitally recorded interviews of both Stephan and Jennifer. Stephan provided verbal consent for Detective Tagler and I to review his cell phone in front of him. It should be noted, Stephan's cell phone contained only phone calls, text messages, and other data from the last day. Stephan indicated he accidentally factory reset his cell phone on February 26, 2024, while attempting to update his phone. Stephan provided verbal consent for his cell phone to be taken by detectives for further examination. So this is going again through the recorded interviews that we heard, with the detectives and Sterns. While on the scene, Detective Tagler and I reviewed surveillance video from the redacted Orange County Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Unit, continued the review of the surveillance video. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 0130 hours, I accompanied Stephan's vehicle, which was being towed to 2500 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 0240 hours, I submitted Stephan's phone, described as a black Samsung cell phone, to our digital forensics unit located at Central Operations. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 1512 hours, I transported Stephan from his hotel, located at 13295 Herzog Road, Winter Garden, Florida, to the Central Operations. On March 1st, 2024, I reviewed and collected video surveillance from Town Place Suites, Orlando at Flamingo Crossings. The video surveillance revealed the following. On February 28th, At approximately 0 to 13 hours, Stephan, Jennifer, and Stephan's father checked into the hotel at the front desk. Stephan and Jennifer are given room 239, and Stephan's father is given room 203. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 04:42 hours, Stephan exits the hotel through the main front entrance. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 0:28 hours, Stephan's father exits the hotel through the main front entrance. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 0:94 hours, Redacted exits the hotel to walk her dog, so I guess that's Jennifer, through the main front entrance and returns at 10:03 hours. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 10:50 hours, Stephan's father re-enters the hotel through the main front entrance. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 10:55 hours, Stephan re-enters the hotel through the main entrance. On February 28, 2024, at approximately 15:07 hours, Redacted checks out of the hotel at the front desk. On February 29, 2024, at approximately 8:19 hours, Stephan's father checks out of the hotel at the front desk. So I guess Jennifer checked out at 15:07, and the next day, Stephan's father checked out. Surveillance footage from the time Stephan exits and enters the hotel through the main front entrance were uploaded into evidence.com. Lock interrogations for room 239 and 203 for the period Stephan, Jennifer, and Stephan's father were checked into the hotel were also uploaded into evidence.com. This concludes my involvement in this case. And looks like here's some... This may be Stephan's phone. It's a gray iPhone 13 Pro. Okay, and there's nothing on there, so I don't know. I'm going to assume it could have been redacted. Usually it's black. Here we go. Now that is a completely redacted page. There's another completely redacted page. There's another one. And another one. This has got to be Stephan's phone. Probably discussing all his nasty CSAM images. Poor Madeline. Wow. Alright, this is 9th Judicial Circuit Court of Florida. Procedures for emergency arrest and search warrants. So basically this is, excuse me, going over how an emergency search warrant or arrest is obtained in Florida. Looks like it says, true emergencies are rare and most warrants should be handled by a judge during normal court hours. Warrants should be sought outside of normal court hours only when a suspect would escape or evidence would be lost if immediate action is not taken. The suspect's location should be specifically known at the time the warrant is sought. Alternatively, an emergency warrant can be sought if the suspect's identity is known but his or her location is unknown and the suspect is a threat to the safety and welfare of a citizen or the community. Emergency warrants of these types should be sought only when law enforcement is waiting to immediately proceed on the search or arrest warrant. So that's like the protocols here. And it looks like Lieutenant Charles Denmark approved the application for an arrest warrant and confirmed the emergency nature. And let's see here. Here is the affidavit. Comes now the officiant, Detective Matthew Chiang, is a sworn law enforcement officer, to wit, a deputy sheriff for the Sheriff of Orange County, submitted via secure electronic file system before the below signed judge in and for Osceola County, Florida, 9th Judicial Circuit, who makes this application and states under oath that the officiant has probable cause to believe that evidence, to wit, items of value are specified as weapons including knives, blunt objects, firearms, ammunition for firearms, projectiles, casings, fingerprints, blood, hair, DNA, fibers, other items of serology, including clothing and or items that could have come into contact with the victim or suspect at the time of the incident, cellular devices and the data contained within to include, but not limited to, video, images, contacts, text messages, voicemails, web information, call logs, owner information, application database files, GPS locations. Infotainment systems that contain digital logs providing information related to geolocation information, Bluetooth connectivity, history, contact information, call history, and any other device information provided by a digital device connection by searching any electronic devices capable of storing digital data, to include the infotainment center by retrieving said digital data from these devices, which is evidence of a felony in violation of the laws of the state of Florida relating to interference with child custody, to wit, Florida Statute 787.031, is currently being kept in certain property in Osceola County, Florida, which property is believed to be under the control of Stephan Sterns or persons unknown, and which property has or is located at the unique address of, and I'm assuming that's the apartment address, Osceola County, Florida, and is particularly described and can be located as follows. And there's a description, looks like, of the apartment complex and directions to it. Your officiant, Detective Matthew Chiang, is and has been since February 2021 a duly sworn deputy sheriff for the Sheriff of Orange County. Detective Chiang is a deputy sheriff with Orange County Sheriff's Office Sex Crimes Unit. Detective Chiang is a law enforcement officer of the state of Florida, and that Detective Chiang is empowered by law to conduct investigations of and to make arrests for offenses enumerated within the meanings of Florida state statutes. Detective Chiang has been employed by the Orange County Sheriff's Office since February 2021. Not sure why they repeat that. Detective Chiang has received training pertaining to investigating drug narcotics investigations, aggravated persons crimes, murder, attempted murder, home invasion, robbery, sexual battery, etc. In addition to the nexus between the before mentioned crimes and money laundering, as well as additional related offenses. Detective Chiang's training and expertise as a deputy sheriff formed the basis of the opinions and conclusions set forth below, which I drew from the facts set forth herein. As a result of your officiant's training and experience, your officiant has probable cause to believe the following. On February 26, 2024, at approximately 2200 hours, the 13-year-old victim, Madeline Soto, was reported missing by her mother, Jennifer Soto. Jennifer advised Madeline's stepfather, Stephan Sterns. He's not the stepfather, he's the boyfriend. That still bothers me. Picked her up from home and dropped her off at, I don't know if that says Hunters Creek Middle School or the church. Redacted on February 26, 2024. Redacted then went to pick up Madeline from school at dismissal and learned that Madeline never showed up to school. Interview was conducted with Madeline's stepfather, Stephan Sterns, who advised he picked Madeline up and dropped her off in front of Peace United Methodist Preschool, 13502 Town Loop Boulevard, Orlando, Florida, which was down the street from the school at 0840 hours. Hunters Creek Middle School begins class at 0930 hours. A license plate reader captures Stephan's vehicle with the Florida tag, driving away from the school at 0810 hours. During the interview with Stephan, he provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone on February 26, 2024, the same day Madeline went missing. Stephan provided his phone number to be 407-256-1832. After an extensive canvass of the area, interviews with Madeline's family and friends, it was unusual for Maddie to be dropped off down the street from the school and to not stay in communication with family and friends. Based on the totality of circumstances, it is believed a suspect has intentionally interfered with a parent or guardian's custodial rights to a minor. Your officiant requests the search warrant to search the apartment where Jennifer lives, was last known to be located at, and obtain evidence to assist in this investigation. Based on the foregoing and your officiant's knowledge, training, and expertise, Detective Matthew Chiang has probable cause to believe the items of value are specified as, and that repeats all the same stuff that we read above. Let's see. Then it goes on to, wherefore your officiant makes this affidavit, requests the issuance of a search warrant in due form of law authorizing a search of the above described property by officers of the law for evidence hereto described and for the seizure and safekeeping of said evidence subject to the order of a court having jurisdiction thereof. Your officiant also requests authorization for use of a powered aerial vehicle in accordance with FSS 934.50 during the execution of the warrant in the interest of officer safety to prevent an ambush or to locate anyone hiding in the residence prior to law enforcement making entry. And signed by Detective Chiang. And here it is again. And this one here is signed by the judge, Judge Whitehead. So these seem like they're kind of repeating here. So we're going to get in a bit of a repeats here. All right, and this is a search warrant inventory and receipt. This one here says, received this search warrant on the 27th day of February 2024 and executed the same in Osceola County, Florida on the 27th of February 2024 by searching the premises described therein and by taking into my custody the property described in the above inventory receipt and by having read and delivered a copy of this search warrant and inventory receipt to name of the person you left a property form with at the place you searched, or if no one was home, you put left at scene. I, Detective Matthew Chiang, the officer by whom the warrant was executed, do swear that the above inventory receipt contains a true and detailed account of all the property taken by me on said warrant. This one's not signed, but I think there's one down here that is. And again, this is repeating the procedures for emergency arrest and search warrants. So we kind of get a few repeats in here, which, like the redacted pages, the full redacted pages, it kind of pushes you through some of these long ones. We got, well, these 896 pages. So, and this is repeating the story again about what they were claiming, and then how they were going to take the items of value for their affidavit. And here's Judge Whitehead signing it again. And there's the judge's signature again. And there is the property receipt repeated. And here is a few totally redacted pages. They are all black. There's nothing on them that they are allowing anyone to read. They're completely redacted. Alright. And this one here is the affidavit for search warrant. And this one here comes now the officiant Kyle Cole, a sworn law enforcement officer, to wit, a deputy sheriff for the sheriff of Orange County, submitted via secure electronic file system before the below signed judge in and for Orange County, Florida, 9th Judicial Circuit, who makes this application and states under oath that the officiant has probable cause to believe the evidence to wit. 3, 2, 1. 1. 2010 Lincoln MKZ bearing Florida license plate IYLL82. 2. Infotainment system and related digital storage media associated with the above described vehicle. The infotainment system consists of a computer, attached video screen, and digital storage media enclosed in a box which is installed in the vehicle. The following information is located within the infotainment system, stored on digital media within the system. A. Live and deleted user attribution data, including but not limited to user accounts, email accounts, passwords, PIN codes, patterns, methods of payment, account names, usernames, screen names, remote data storage accounts, documents, files, metadata, log files, user voice profiles, and other biometric identifiers, or any other information and evidence that may demonstrate attribution to a particular user or users. B. Live and deleted historical navigation data tracks, routes and waypoints, GPS fixes, favorites, past journeys, trip logs, and user entered data, latitude, longitude, and altitude coordinates, and related data, dates and times. C. Live and deleted logs, records, documents, and other digital information that may constitute evidence, contraband, fruits, and/or instrumentalities of violations of crimes, including but not limited to the crime or crimes listed. D. Live and deleted contact lists, call logs, text messages and multimedia messages, SMS and MMS messages, emails, chats, video conference communication data, contact information, installed application information, including their content and any other information which can be used to identify potentially associated persons. E. Live and deleted passwords, password files, PIN codes, encryption codes, or other information necessary to access a digital device or data stored on the digital device, such as hidden file applications. F. Live and deleted documents, programs, pictures, videos, audio files, text files, databases, application data, calendar entries, user dictionaries, malware, viruses, tracking, or other remote monitoring software, and any associated metadata. G. Live and deleted web browser history, web browser bookmarks, temporary internet files, cookies, search items, downloaded and uploaded files, social networking websites or applications. H. live and deleted data storage on removable media such as subscriber identity modules, which is a SIM card, flash memory storage devices such as secure digital, SD, and micro SD media cards, and any associated wireless devices, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or other technology. I also understand that in order to successfully complete a forensic extraction from an infotainment system, it may be necessary to repair the device, replace the screen, replace the chassis, reconnect wires, or replace a battery. I also understand that it may be necessary to employ advanced forensic processes to bypass locked display screens and other data access restrictions. Advanced processes may include, but are not limited to, potentially destructive processes such as gaining root and or super user level access, JTAG, ISP, JTAG, and chip off. I'm not really sure what those stand for, but if anyone knows, let me know. J. The executing law enforcement officers may enlist the aid of a law enforcement computer forensic laboratory and or certified digital evidence examiner or examiners in the searching, viewing, photographing, recording, copying, forensic imaging, and analysis of any and all of the information described, which is evidence of a felony in violation of the laws of the state of Florida relating to interference with child custody, to wit, Florida Statute 787.031. It's currently being kept in certain property in the Orange County, Florida, which property is believed to be under the control of the Orange County Sheriff's Office or persons unknown, and which property has or is located at the unique address of 2500 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, in Orange County, Florida, and is particularly described and located as follows. That is the Central Operations Office for Orange County Sheriffs on West Colonial Drive, and there is directions to get there. Your officiant, Kyle Cole, is and has been since August 10th of 2017 a duly sworn deputy sheriff for the Sheriff of Orange County. I have been a sworn officer. Okay, I don't know why that repeats. I have been trained in a variety of law enforcement techniques such as use of force, vehicle operations, firearms training, advanced interviewing, and investigations. I have come to investigate numerous sexual-related crimes involving children and adults. I have authored several arrest and search warrants throughout my tenure. I am currently assigned as a detective to the Criminal Investigations Division Sex Crimes Unit. As a result of your officiant's training and experience, your officiant has probable cause to believe the following. On February 26, 2024, at approximately 2200 hours, a 13-year-old victim was reported missing by her mother. The mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephan Sterns, picked her up from home and dropped her off we're going back to the church, to Hunters Creek Middle School. On February 26, the mother then went to pick up the victim from school at dismissal and learned the victim did not attend classes. An interview was conducted with the victim's stepfather, Stephan Sterns, who advised he transported the victim from her residence and dropped her off in front of Peace United Methodist School, which was down the street from the school at 0840 hours. Hunters Creek Middle School begins class at 0930 hours. A license plate reader captured Stephan's vehicle driving away from the school at 0810 hours. During the interview with Stephan, he provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he had accidentally performed a factory reset on the phone on February 26, the same day the victim went missing. Stephan provided his phone number to be 407-256-1832. After an extensive canvass of the area and interviews with the victim's family and friends, it was learned that it was unusual for the victim to be dropped off down the street from the school and not stay in communication with family and friends. Upon reviewing the contents of Stephan's phone, several images and videos were located which depicted the missing juvenile with her breasts, vaginal, and anal opening as the focal point of pictures videos. There were also pictures and videos depicting the missing juvenile's vagina and mouth being penetrated by a pee-pee. As such, the files depict the sexual performance of a child. Your officiant has probable cause to believe Stephan was in possession of material depicting the sexual performance of a child. It should also be noted the pee-pee observed penetrating the victim has a distinct marking on it, which consisted of a bright pinkish colored skin below the head of the pee-pee until approximately a quarter of the length down the shaft of the pee-pee. Several other pictures capturing this distinct pattern were observed on the phone. Further, as your officiant was reviewing the pictures and videos, I was observing several pieces of clothing to include patterned underwear, shirts, blankets, and sheets. Simultaneously, detectives of the Orange County Sheriff's Office were executing a search warrant at Stephan's home address of, obviously, the apartments. This address is also where the victim and her mother live. The detectives searching the residence were contacted and confirmed that they found the same distinctive clothing worn by both Stephan and the victim in Stephan's room and in the victim's room. Based on the totality of the circumstances, your officiant has probable cause to believe Stephan committed a SEX battery, familial custodial authority, on the victim. It should also be noted that there were pictures and videos collected on several different dates over the course of approximately 2 years. Tell you what, this is rough. Based on the foregoing and your officiant's knowledge and training, Kyle Cole has probable cause to believe 1. 2010 Lincoln MKZ bearing Florida license plate. 2. Okay, now this is repeating all that same information about the pins and all that they're trying to gather. So some of these are repetitive. So, and then here's another signature from the judge. It's again talking about what they're allowed to obtain from the infotainment system, in the vehicle. And again, if they are searching the apartment and there's nobody home, they're allowed to leave a note that says left at scene. And we got more redacted pages again. All right. Now this is Osceola County Sheriff's Office. This is a forensics unit crime scene examination case review check sheet. Not much to that. I guess this is making sure they get everything that they need to get at the scene. And all right, and then we jump to the crime scene report. All right. Again, trigger warning, guys. I know this is all triggering, but some of it's more than others. All right, so this is the incident from the crime scene where they found Maddie in St. Cloud on Hickory Tree. And I feel bad that this forensic tech who worked this scene, her name is Jennifer Soto as well. So, yeah. All right, again, the location is 5670 Hickory Tree Road in St. Cloud, Florida. Date was March 1st, which was a Friday. She arrived on the scene at 18:23 hours approximately, cleared at approximately 22:33. And then the location 2 is the District 9 Medical Examiner's Office, which is on East Michigan Street in Orlando. And then that would be Monday, March 4th. And they have Maddie's name redacted here, but we obviously know that the decedent is Madeline Soto. Suspect is Stephan Michael Sterns. And the detective is Mark Morris with the Major Crimes Unit of KPD. So they took 192 photos at the crime scene, and they took into possession 3 pieces of evidence. All right, now this gets a little interesting here. Here's a scene description, and this is a scene that is the crime scene. Consists of a large private property located west of Hickory Tree Road. The front gate of the field faced east of Hickory Tree Road. Okay, so if you're looking at it from here, let me pull this up here. The top of the screen, that would be coming from the Kissimmee side of 192. It is still St. Cloud, but it's coming from the Kissimmee side, and then the bottom would be going further into St. Cloud. So I know when I visited the scene for the memorial and what have you, I came down this way. And this red marker here is the property where there's a gate right here. And then obviously this would be all here. So we got this is the entire scene. So they documented this entire scene. And that's 5670 by the red marker. All right, and here is her narrative. On Friday, March 1st, 2024, at approximately 16:51 hours, I was notified of a death investigation by Forensic Supervisor Sedata and was requested to respond to 5670 Hickory Tree Road, which is location number 1. I arrived on scene at approximately 18:23 hours and met with Forensic Supervisor Sedata and Kissimmee Police Department Detective Mark Morris. Detective Morris advised that a missing person investigation was initiated for Madeline Soto on Monday, February 26, 2024. A search was initiated, and on this date, Osceola County Sheriff's Office search team located the missing individual deceased at the location mentioned above. After conducting a scene walkthrough with Forensic Supervisor Sedata and conferring with Detective Morris, I photographically documented the scene, processed for latent fingerprints, and items of evidentiary value were collected. Forensic supervisors for data contacted forensic technician Hyan Nyan, who responded to the scene and assisted with Faro 3D scanning. Please refer to her supplement report for further information. On the same date, at approximately 21:27 hours, medical legal investigator Kirsten Robinson from the District 9 Medical Examiner's Office arrived on scene and took possession of the victim. On Monday, March 4th, 2024, it's a typo, forensic technician Hyan Nyan arrived at the District 9 Medical Examiner's Office, which is location 2, to collect major case prints from the decedent. Refer to her report for further information. All right, and here's her observations. I arrived on scene at approximately 18:23 hours on March 1st, 2024, and observed the scene to be secured with crime scene tape, and a crime scene contamination log was initiated. The scene consisted of a private property west of Hickory Tree Road, and tire fragments were observed east of the Hickory Tree Road, markers 1 and 2. The property where the decedent was located consisted of a fence and gate enclosing the open field. The gate was observed opened. A row of bamboo trees was observed southwest of the gate. The decedent was observed on the north end of the trees. The decedent was found in between the bamboo trees and covered with dead vegetation. She was observed in a prone position with her head face down and facing north. Both her legs were observed bent at the knees and facing south. She was observed wearing a green hoodie with the hood covering her head, blue jeans, and white socks. Medical legal investigator Kirsten Robinson from the District 9 Medical Examiner's Office arrived at approximately 21:27 hours and took custody of the decedent. Once the body was repositioned for further documentation, she was observed in a state of decomposition with visible insect activity around her mouth, left eye, ears, and right hand. Discoloration was observed on her face, neck, torso, back, and hands. Photographs. A series of 192 photographs were taken using the Canon EOS Rebel T7i digital camera. Lens was an EFS 18 to 135 millimeter. Flash was electronic. The images consisted of overall, mid-range, and close-up views of the scene, decedent, and items of evidentiary value. The images were digitally uploaded to Digital on Cue, item number 3. And looks like they took latent fingerprint processing from the north and south gate of the top 3 bars. And I guess they didn't find much. Negative results. All right, here's a sketching, the final of the scene that was completed using the Faro Zone software. And it's not to scale as they state, they're just approximations. So, all right. So actually I had it wrong on the other side. This is where you would be parking here. So this is where Stephan would have parked. And this is where they found the tire fragments, where 1 and 2 are. And that's actually where I parked when I went to the scene. And this is the gates, right here where you see the gray little lines. And this would be the brush. And that would be where that figure is. That was where they located Madeline's remains. Alright, and here's a physical evidence log. The following physical evidence was collected from the crime scene by this forensic technician, packaged and submitted to the Osceola County Sheriff's Office Evidence Unit. So there's tire fragment from marker 1, tire fragment marker 2, which is both on east side of Hickory Tree Road, as well as scene photographs. And here's measurements. The body, distance of the body from the west edge of Hickory Tree Road, 72 feet. And let's see, the following measurements were obtained using Faro software. Of the physical evidence, the tire tread from the west edge is at 35.5, and the distance of the tire tread from marker 2 fragment was 37. It says, items 1 and 2 were transferred to the Osceola County Sheriff's Office Evidence Unit. Item 3 was uploaded to Digital on Cue. This report may contain conclusions and or interpretations made by the author. All times and measurements are approximate. At this time, nothing further was requested from this forensic technician. Alright, and this one looks like a fax cover sheet of some sort. Alright. Here's a reporting officer narrative regarding the battery capital sexual. It says, Tuesday, 2/27/2024. On 2/26/2024 at approximately 23:55 hours, I, Officer Clark, responded to redacted in reference to an attempt to locate in reference to a missing juvenile case, the Orange County Sheriff's Office are working. Prior to arrival, I was advised that the Orange County Sheriff's Office, OCSO, is working on a missing juvenile whose primary residence is in this aforementioned address. So he arrived. This would be their apartments again. I was advised by Lieutenant Ortiz to return to the aforementioned address and make contact with the family. Again, and advised that if redacted, returned home. So I guess they were trying to see if Madeline came home. Upon arrival, I spoke with redacted. Looks like Jennifer Soto, that would be Maddie's mom, and Stephan Sterns, the boyfriend, who both provided me with a verbal statement summarized as follows. On the morning of 2/27/2024, Stephan took Maddie to school in a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ. Stephan dropped Madeline off a block away from school due to her not wanting to be seen in an old Lincoln. They stated that Madeline forgot her phone at home and that Maddie has ADHD and is usually forgetful. They stated that Maddie did not take any personal items or leave any notes hinting to her running away. They stated they had not had any recent arguments. Redacted and I looked through Madeline's cell phone, I'm guessing that's Jennifer, including her recently deleted messages, which did not contain anything suspicious or hinting to her wanting to run away. There was a text message Maddie sent to a friend stating when she turned 18 years old, she wants to live in the woods. Well, I thought that was 13, but I guess there could be some discrepancy in that. Jennifer and Stephan allowed me to search the residence with negative results for Madeline. Stephan took me to each family member's vehicles outside of the residence with negative results for Madeline inside any vehicles. I observed a handgun in the rear back pocket of the driver's seat in the Lincoln MKZ, which Stephan stated he usually leaves it in the vehicle. Stephan also advised me not to pay attention to the donut tire on his vehicle due to him recently catching a flat tire earlier that day. Yeah, let's point out, I had a flat tire. But don't pay attention to that. Gee, you're not sounding very innocent there. He was not convincing at all in any of the interviews or body cams that I've seen. Jennifer provided me with her sister's address, redacted, which is within walking distance from, I'm assuming, the school. I responded to redacted and spoke with redacted's sister, who stated she had not seen Madeline since her birthday party on 2/26/2024. She allowed me to search her residence with negative results for Madeline. She allowed me to look in her vehicle as well as the inside of a utility van belonging to Madeline's grandfather. The utility van had been turned into an RV, which also had negative results for Madeline. On 2/27/2024, at approximately 23:01 hours, I responded back out to redacted to meet with multiple detectives and their supervisors from OCSO while they interviewed Madeline's family again. Officer Owens and I stood by the aforementioned address until properly relieved. This report is also related to KPD case 24-001896. This report will be forwarded to the Records Division. A portion of this incident was captured on my department-issued worn body cam. The body-worn camera and its footage is maintained by the Kissimmee Police Department. All right, here's a supplemental report. On Tuesday, February 27, 2024, at approximately 23:36 hours, I, Officer J. Owens, responded to building redacted, located at redacted, in reference to a mutual aid reference, Orange County Sheriff's Office, case number 24-011313. Upon arrival on scene, I made contact with Lieutenant J. Ortiz. While speaking with Lieutenant Ortiz, she assigned me the task of watching the residence of the aforementioned address. While on scene, I did not observe anyone enter the residence other than the individuals who were escorted by Orange County detectives that were on scene. While on the scene, I did not make contact with anyone else. This concludes my involvement regarding this case. The supplement will be forwarded to the SAO. So that looks like it's probably the apartment as well. Here's some redacted. All right, here's a property form, which is really hard to read. Looks like it might be a copy of something because I can't read it at all. Yeah, pretty difficult to read. Because it looks like it's like those sheets. For folks that remember, you'd have like the sheets and it would copy onto other pages. So this is probably under like a page underneath that. And that one is totally, if there's anything there, I can't read it. All right, and this one here looks like you can potentially read it. All right. So this one here is evidence on 2/28/2024. Okay, this looks like it's inside of a vehicle. I'm assuming this looks like the Lincoln. So they got latex gloves from the bottom center console, cloth gloves from bottom center console, nail file kit, top center console, a knife, top center console, napkins, front passenger seat, napkins, front passenger floor, latex gloves, front passenger door. I'm not sure what that says there. Rag? That must be a rag. Front passenger floor, towel, right passenger floor, black jacket, right passenger floor, latex glove, right passenger floor, napkins, right passenger floor, and a tan blanket, which is across the back seat. Okay. And there's another page that's looks like it's got nothing on it, and if it does, can't read it. It's another property form. All right, so this is the Lincoln. This is continuing the Lincoln here. Swabs times 6. Trace vacuum filled times 6. 9mm live round in the glove box. A tire from the trunk. Lincoln emblem from trunk. Lincoln emblem from glove box. White rope in the trunk. Okay. Black netting in the trunk. White towel in the trunk. Red hoodie in the trunk. A blue jacket in the trunk. A trash bag is in the trunk. Something glove. Front passenger seat. Napkins. Front driver seat and center console. Like all those ropes and stuff that's in his trunk. All right, and here's some more. Looks like they found that his Sig Sauer P365 9mm pistol. I believe this is the car still. Yeah, this should still be the vehicle. All right, 1 magazine from pistol, 13 9mm live rounds from pistol, 1 magazine and bag on table. Although this may not be. This may be the apartment or something. It's hard to say. Maybe we'll get more information as we go through it here. So this one here is 12 9mm live rounds from magazine and bag on table, a holster, 1 red t-shirt, dresser room number 4. Yeah, this is the apartment. 1 white flat sheet from closet, 1 white flat sheet from bed, 1 white pillowcase from bed, 1 white fitted sheet from bed, 1 pair of black boots from room number 4, and 1 gray comforter from downstairs bedroom. Okay. All right, here's some more. 1 white flat sheet from downstairs bedroom, 1 white fitted sheet from downstairs bedroom, 1 orange bottle of masturbation cream from backpack in bedroom number 4. 3 prescription medications belonging to redacted downstairs bed. That's either Maddie or Jennifer, obviously. 1 pink strawberry Snuggie. 1 pair of black underwear. 1 pair of black shorts. 1 fitted cat sheet. 1 boxers from laundry basket. 1 composition notebook. 1 charcoal gray blanket. 1 gray blanket. 1 white purple flat sheet. 1 mattress protector. 1 white brown blanket. 1 pink dinosaur blanket. 1 purple comforter. 1 gray shirt from hamper. 1 flat cat sheet. 1 blue underwear. 1 phone tripod. 1 fitted white and purple sheet. 1 comforter bedroom number 3. 1 HP desktop tower. I wonder what they found in there. There's probably more of his nasty CSAM. Alright, and this one here looks like more property that was seized. There's a 1 black dog seatbelt leash front passenger seat and 1 purple dog seatbelt leash in the seat. I'm wondering if this is Jen's car. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm thinking, my guess is it's Jennifer's Nissan. Alright, now Here is evidence and property report. Officer Hannah Minor. So it looks like this is what they collected evidence from the car. So there were sets of swabs from the front door, the driver door compartment. They did a set of swabs from front passenger door compartment, set of swabs from rear driver door compartment, set of swabs from rear passenger door compartment, set of swabs from center console, set of swabs from steering wheel and shifter, 6 trace vacuum filters from Lincoln, 1 Homedy 9mm Luger plus live round from glove box. That's the Lincoln, obviously. 5 blue latex gloves from bottom compartment of center console. 2 knit gloves from bottom compartment of center console. Pocket knife from top compartment of center console. Napkins from front passenger seat. Napkins from front passenger floor. Nail file kit from top compartment of center console. 6 blue latex gloves from passenger door. Rag from front passenger door. Towel from rear passenger floor. So this is just the typed out. Much easier to read, typed out. Black jacket from rear passenger floor. 1 blue latex glove from rear passenger floor. Napkins from rear passenger floor. Geez, he's got lots of napkins all over his car. Tan blanket with white stains across back seat. I don't want to know. Tire from trunk. Lincoln emblem from trunk. Lincoln emblem from glove box. White rope from trunk. Black netting from trunk. White towel from trunk. Red hoodie from trunk. Blue puffer jacket from trunk. Black trash bag from trunk. 1 blue latex glove between front passenger seat and center console. Napkins between front driver seat and center console. And 7 latent lift cards. Alright. And now it looks like now we got the Nissan Sentra. That's helpful. Alright, latent lift from the Nissan Sentra. 1 trunk mat, pillowcase, hair from under front passenger seat, 2 swabs from stain on interior front door jamb, 2 swabs from right passenger armrest, 2 swabs from front passenger armrest, 2 swabs from front driver armrest, 2 swabs from right driver armrest, 2 swabs from steering wheel and shifter, 1 trace filter from front driver seat and floor, 1 trace filter from RD from rear driver seat and floor, and 1 trace filter from rear seat floor. Alright. Looks like there's more collecting trace filters from the Nissan. Now we got some redacted pages again. Alright, now we're jumping, it looks like, into another emergency arrest and search warrants. So I'm not sure. This looks like it may be a repeat. Yeah, this is more of the same that we already read. I'm not sure why they're repeating it again for like the 3rd time. But this is the emergency search warrant and all for the apartment in Stephan Sterns. See. Lots of redacted. Alright. And this looks like a repeat again. Well, this is at least helping us get through a bunch of these pages when there are a lot of repeats. Just going back through the Lincoln again. So these are all search warrants for the apartment, for the Lincoln, and probably for the Nissan. Make sure I don't skip anything. Wow. Well, at least we're over 300 pages in, guys, with all the redactions. Yeah, this is lots of redacted pages. Lots of stuff here. All right. We'll see if we can get through this part here. City of Kissimmee Police Department emergency warrant request cover sheet. Officers of Kissimmee Police Department are waiting to immediately, directly, instantly, and at once without delay proceed on this search arrest warrant. In compliance with the 9th Judicial Circuit's warrant signing procedure, this cover sheet is attached to the request for emergency arrest search warrant. The Kissimmee Police Department recognizes that an emergency is an unforeseen combination of circumstances that calls for immediate action, and that law enforcement should seek emergency duty judge intervention only in rare and extreme circumstances where the law or totality of the circumstances requires immediate action, and it must appear that urgent circumstances are present and the lack of immediate action will result in the evidence or immediate escape of a suspect. Okay, the location of the suspect is 2500 West Colonial Drive, and the facts justifying the emergency are in custody. All right. Looks like this is from Watch Commander Erica Castolci has reviewed this warrant and affirmed the emergency nature. Okay, looks like they're trying to get some DNA and such from Stephan. All right, digitally appeared the applicant, Detective Brian Moore, a sworn law enforcement officer to wit, a lawfully sworn police officer for the city of Kissimmee, assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division, Kissimmee, Osceola County, Florida, who makes this written application and affidavit for search warrant and states under oath that the applicant has probable cause to believe that certain evidence, to wit, DNA, genetic material, buccal cells from Stephan Michael Sterns, blood, saliva, or epithelial cells to be collected from Stephan Michael Sterns, photographs and swabs of Stephan Michael Sterns' pee-pee, clothing worn by Stephan Michael Sterns. That is believed to be evidence of a felony criminal violation of the laws of the state of Florida, to wit, Florida Statute 794.0114B and 827.0715A, prohibiting the crime or crimes of sexual battery, possession of material depicting sexual performance of a child, currently exists within Orange County, Florida, which is presently believed to be under the control of Stephan Michael Sterns, and that the laws relating to said offenses are possessed on a person who is more specifically described as follows. All right, and it says Stephan Michael Sterns. There is social security number, date of birth, white male, black hair, brown eyes, 6'2". The applicant, Detective Brian Moore, is a duly sworn law enforcement officer for the City of Kissimmee Police Department since April 2018. Your applicant is currently assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division with the responsibility of responding to and investigating two crimes, include but not limited to investigating miscellaneous felony crimes, to include homicide, robbery, sexual battery, auto theft investigations, narcotics investigations, pawn shop investigations, burglaries, criminal mischiefs, frauds. Your applicant is currently assigned to the Criminal Investigations Division since July of 2022. The applicant has received formal and practical training from local and state law enforcement agencies. Your officiant graduated the Valencia Criminal Justice Academy in 2017, which consisted of 720 hours of training. Your officiant had training in criminal law, speed measurement, breath tech operator, DUI trial preparation, field training officer course, interviews and interrogations, crisis intervention instructor techniques, cultural diversity and de-escalation, adult sex crimes, and first-line supervision. The applicant has testified in county court. The applicant has assisted in the execution of search warrants during his tenure with the Kissimmee Police Department. The applicant has assisted in undercover operations as a result of the applicant's investigation. The following specific information and evidence are known which establishes your applicant's probable cause to support this application. On February 26, 2024, at approximately 2000 hours, a 13-year-old victim was reported missing by her mother. According to Orange County Deputy Sheriff Kyle Cole, hereby referred to as Deputy Sheriff Cole. D.S. Cole has found the following during the missing persons investigation and reported such information to your officiant. D.S. Cole has been a sworn law enforcement officer for the Orange County Sheriff's Office since August 10, 2017. D.S. Cole has been trained in a variety of law enforcement techniques such as the use of force, vehicle operations, firearms training, advanced interviewing, and investigations. I have come to investigate numerous sexual-related crimes, including children and adults. D.S. Cole has authored several arrests and search warrants throughout my tenure. D.S. Cole is currently assigned as a detective to the Criminal Investigations Division Sex Crimes Unit. Alright, and here's their story again about allegedly dropping her off, which we all know is not true. Alright, and then they're repeating how they found the images on Stephan's phone of Madeline. And they also mention here that simultaneously that they found the, shirts, blankets, and what have you at the home that matched things seen in the photographs. Due to Stephan being the last person seen with the victim, and it is known that there were ongoing sexual abuse between the two, your officiant is requesting a search warrant for the above described items. A search warrant is requested to collect evidence related to the sexual battery, possession of material depicting sexual performance of a child. Wherefore, applicant makes this application and an affidavit for search warrant and requests the issuance of search warrant in due form of law authorizing a search of the above described property by officers of the law for the evidence described above and for seizure and safekeeping of said evidence subject to any subsequent order of a court having proper jurisdiction. Alright, and there is Judge Whitehead signing that so they can get their DNA and photographs of his pee-pee. Alright, so we're going to stop there for today. That's a lot. We got through a lot. It was helpful that there's a lot of redacted in that portion. So hopefully a few more days. I'll probably do it again tomorrow. Let me know if you guys would like me to jump into another case. Like on Friday, I may do that. Otherwise, I'll just continue through the discovery documents. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I appreciate you guys. And we all know we're all looking for justice for Madeline. And with that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.